Welcome to episode 235 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at Tua Tagovailoa and Miami Dolphins and going over whether or not Tua is a bust for the Dolphins. Tua just came off a very tough loss to the Buffalo Bills, finishing the season at 10-6. They lost 26-56 in a very dominating game by Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. He might have done enough to create an MVP case, but this video isn't about Josh Allen and the Bills. Tua and the Dolphins, you could look at this one of two ways, or probably more than one of two ways. You finished 10-6, even if you don't make the playoffs, it was still a successful season. I myself, and I don't think anyone before the start of the 2020 NFL season really saw the Miami Dolphins being competitors, and I damn sure did not think they'd make the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to say, my prediction is right. If they fall out, I thought they weren't even going to be close to 10-6. I thought they'd be in the same similar spot they were last year, being 4-12, 5-11, 6-10, 7-9, 8-8. I did not think they'd even have a winning record. So, in that sense, Dolphins fans, don't be too upset if you miss the playoffs. You're relying on the Jacksonville Jaguars to upset the Indianapolis Colts in order to get into the playoffs right now. So you still have a chance, and this video could be irrelevant if they make the playoffs and go on to a Super Bowl run. But at this rate, it does not look good for Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins to make it into the NFL playoffs. So, in the sense, even if they don't make it, yes, you still finish 10-6. Your rookie quarterback does look solid. However, if you just look at the stats and you look at Tua this season, he, before this game in Week 17 in the NFL, had 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Then in this game, the biggest game of the season for the Miami Dolphins to get into the playoffs, if you win, you're in, he had 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. He had 2 interceptions all season, 3 in just this game. He had more interceptions than he did this whole season. That is not something you want to see in the biggest game of the season in your quarterback. Now, I understand he's a rookie. I understand he's only played half a season, and this, no matter what I say and what my final prediction is, whether he's a bust or not, is way too early to say, playing only, 9 or 8 games the dude's played. So, whatever my prediction is, I don't harp on it yet. I mean, the dude's only played half a season. Nothing's official yet. I think going forward, Tua and the Dolphins definitely have a good chance. I believe if the Texans lose today, Miami will have the number 4 overall pick in the upcoming draft because of the past Dolphins and Texans trade. So they're going to have an even greater addition to their team in the upcoming season, have a lot of hope moving forward. However, a couple things I don't like is the Dolphins this season having to pretty much babysit Tua with Ryan Fitzpatrick coming in. Now, do I think that's a smart play when Tua's performing bad, throwing Fitzpatrick, who knows the game plan, who will throw it deep, will go risk it, or go big or go home? Yeah, I do think it's smart, but you can't keep doing that. You can't keep babysitting Tua every time he gets in a bad game. You have to put him in, let him play through the bad games, let him play through the losses, and everyone loses. You can't just babysit him every time Tua does or bad or performs worse and is in a losing position. Now, they did keep him in this entire game when they're down 26-56, but I think that was mainly due to the fact that even if they threw in Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Dolphins were down so much in this game for so long that even throwing in Fitzpatrick, there's pretty much no hope in coming back and winning this game. Now, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are arguably the hottest team in the NFL right now, so you can't expect the Dolphins to win. I didn't think they would, but for them to get blown up by over 30 points, that is not something I expected, having arguably the best defense in the league, if not top 3 or top 5. So this is a very unexpected game for Tua. I didn't like how he played, throwing 3 interceptions. That's not what you want to see. In total, do I think Tua Tagovailoa is a bust? No, it's way too early to tell. You finished 10-6. There's no way he could be a bust. At least you could call him a bust this soon. He has a winning record. He still has a chance at the playoffs and could make a deep playoff run. Nothing's set yet. So I can't call him a bust this exact moment by any means. I do think Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert are better quarterbacks than Tua Tagovailoa, and arguably Jalen Hurts is making a case to be a better quarterback than Tua. However, even that is not confirmed. Jalen Hurts is only going to play 4 games this season, but I do think Justin Herbert would have been a better pick over Tua, but it is what it is. I don't think Tua is a bust. I do think they have a good quarterback to move forward with and be comfortable with. He is getting the job done in most games, being conservative, not turning over the ball, putting up some points. He's not, throwing the ball out, airing it like Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, but he's doing his job and being conservative 9 out of 10 games. This was a tough loss for him. He has a great defense to rely on. That's what a lot of quarterbacks need. Tua has that, so I think Miami Dolphins has a bright future, especially with the AFC East becoming weak between the Jets, being just the Jets, and the Patriots, declining for sure. Bills are always going to be tough to deal with, but I do think Miami has a solid future, especially getting the number 4 overall pick. I don't think Tua is a bust by any means yet. Way too early to say, but this is a tough loss for the Dolphins. you guys have to understand, yes, it's not what you wanted. Everyone wants their team to make the playoffs, but I truthfully think, and I don't think a lot of other people thought, that the Dolphins would even be in this conversation. So that is an accomplishment in itself. But let me know what you guys think. For now, Tua is definitely not a bust. Way too early to tell. The dude has a winning record. Does have some issues to work out, and I think they need to move on from babysitting him so much and, just throwing in Fitzpatrick every time he does bad. But like I said, I don't think he's a bust yet and has a lot of potential. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Any other videos you want to see, 2-minute warning.